Now that I've finished the value scale, I'm going to come into the sphere and I'm going to actually start creating the values. Once again, I'm using my worksheet here as my guide. So once again, just like the other ones, there's really not much different other than the technique and the color scheme. Which is, I mean, it's pretty much a lot, but I'm talking about in terms of the application of the technique and the color scheme is very much like the other ones, in which I start by actually adding in the color of the sphere. Okay, I want the sphere to be red, so of course I start with red. Notice how I'm going with the contour of the object. Now, at this point, if you haven't figured out that the contour of the object is actually defined by the shadow and the highlight, then, well, now you know. Okay, that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at that roundness. Okay, the highlight really helps me see the circle within the sphere. Okay, so you can notice how I've done that. Now, again, just like I did with the other techniques, I'm going to come in here with the core of the shadow. Okay, and I start to add in my dots in here. And I pull that up. Notice I'm going with the contour of the object again. I pay attention to the curvature of the core of the shadow, how it helps define the circular nature and the spherical nature of the sphere. Okay, that's what makes it look round. That's what makes it look three-dimensional. Okay, I'm not just going to make this shadow flat. And that's typically what people have a tendency of doing when they're learning these different techniques, is they tend to go flat. So if you cut straight across, you're going to get a stripe. That stripe isn't really on there, right? No, it's a shadow, not a stripe. Okay. Yes, this takes time, but you get the idea, right? Okay, now I'm going to jump into some more red, and I'm going to keep building this up just like I did the other ones, and just like I did on the value scale. By doing this, I'm going to be creating the darker values. I'm going to be mixing the red with the blue, and then if I need to, I can start to add in a little bit of my secondary support color, which is the yellow. Now, hopefully you figured out that part of the reason why the yellow helps darken a little bit isn't just because you're adding another color, but you're adding a very specific color. The triadic color schemes are basically going to mix and create different values, but they're also going to create different colors. So they're going to change the hue, especially when you're using the primary colors as the triadic. Okay, so you think about the primary colors, you mix those to create everything else. So if you're using these, you know that if you use red and blue, you're going to get violet. So now if I throw in the third primary color, which is yellow, you know that the relationship between violet and yellow are that they're complements. So that's part of what helps make this combination darker and duller. So that's something to think about. Okay, so you can see how I'm building it up and actually creating a sense of three-dimensionality in here. Now, this is going to take quite a while, so I'm not going to record the whole thing, but you get the idea. Okay, when I show you the next technique, you're going to see the finished sphere. Okay? All right, you get the idea. I'm going to add in a little bit more blue, a little bit of yellow, and then I'm going to add a little bit more white in here, and of course, always go back over it with the red, because that's the color of the sphere. All right, have fun. Good luck.